What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal? What's the deal? There's a lot going on in these YouTube streets. There's a lot going on in these YouTube streets. What's up with y'all?
Do y'all remember when the swap meet on Broadway in Manchester used to be open? They used to have almost about everything in there. Also, this used to be an open grass field, and now they have apartment buildings for renovation. Do y'all remember?
Who here with me, man? I get to talking like it's just you and me. Who in here with me, man? I get to talking like it's just you and me. Who in here, man? I get to talking like it's just you and me. It's been going on a lot in these YouTube streets. Let's get into this real quick. Hold on.
For everybody that's on this with an open person case, leave it alone. They at home. It's just way more. It's way more stuff out here to get to make content about, gang. Than that.
What's up,
especially
bro?
if you gang members, let Flocko and them eat that up. They at homies. You know what I'm saying? That's them. They already said who they was. Y'all hiding in them closets.
Yeah, man. I gotta go do that same little turnaround trip again next week.
Homies.
What it do, YouTube? What it do? I ain't gonna lie. That's the reason why I never cover that content. I only cover stories that been on the news. This story's not even on the so all of this is just a rumor. That guy is gonna sue the hell out of for Munchie B over there. The Sting team sent K7 this message. Another member told K7 that Ralphie need a DP. The Sting team wants to DP Ralphie for making them look bad. They said why he ain't punch on Munchie B. They're both employed by the same white guy. Now K7 responds by saying this. He tried to defend Ralphie the plug. He said how he gonna punch on Munchie B when he never sees him at no jumper because they work different time and day. A Sting team member said this. He said Ralphie knows the day that Munchie B works. If I knew the day a guy who keeps speaking on my brother works, then I'm gonna be there till he got no choice but to run my fade. He said we're tolerating stuff that Draco would never do. If Ralphie was the one that got unalive, Draco would have been yanked on Munchie B. Now here's where things get spicy, my boy. K7 said no jumper won't let nobody come on different days. Plus, Adam's security be walking that blind man to his car. I know for a fact because I tried. K7 admits the way for Munchie B in the parking lot. Man, things are starting to get spicy, my boy. Bobby A said the Bloods need to hold Munchie B accountable for the things he said. He said he needs a DP.
But Munchie don't give a because if they do apprehend Munchie and say, hey, man, this is the charges that's being brought against you, Munchie gonna tell on everybody. The nigga going to protective custody, and he gonna live out the rest of his days in darkness. Forgive me, I shouldn't have said that. But the thing is, because when and it's no disrespect to anybody. When it's crib business, everybody be having their nose up in it. Man, I got my nose in the crib business, but now it's Damo's business. How the Damo's gonna react and respond to this? Is niggas gonna hold Munchie B accountable? Is niggas gonna give Munchie B his walking papers? Is niggas gonna DP Munchie B? Is niggas gonna holler at Munchie B? Is Munchie B going to be reprimanded, castigated? Or is this gonna be something niggas gonna sweep up under the carpet? It's been a few things in the community of Inglewood and throughout Los Angeles that Munchie B was privy to, and Munchie B done told on niggas, man, he's a confidential informant.
Now, Bobby A might have spoke too soon.
Stay at home, Dad.
Because
Now,
Red Eyes from Inglewood family summoned Munchie B for a DP. Red Eye said F Big Munchie and all his supporters. Your 2-on-1 is waiting for you outside. Man, things are starting to get spicy, my boy. He said if you hide from your DP, then we'll come to no jumper soon. Damn, imagine getting DP'd at no jumper. Brace had a message from Munchie B, and this is what he had to say.
This is how it come to my attention. I see a clip that this nigga Munchie, Figaro Facts, no cap, said I pass the bottle every day to the nigga who smoked Draco. When he said it, it blew my mind on J.M. Graves. When he said it, it blew me back on Damo. I'm like, never in a million years did he get comfortable enough that I know who blew down peoples. I be with him all the time. For Flacco situation, the non-affiliate, he telling y'all that he's saying he bad peoples. On Damo, he's saying I'm with this shit. So it's different from P's.
Man. Hold on. I want to go through this Young and Hefe video too. Make sure y'all give Young and Hefe a like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you follow, support his page too.
What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's Hot Topics with your boy Young and Hefe, and I'm here to deliver you another one like the other one. The recipient of Hot Topics, we got Smacker back on Fig, and we got Munchie B. So, pertaining to everything that's Drake on the internet right now, the Floccos, the AK-47s, as well as the different people that's coming out covering this content and throwing people out there who allegedly supposed to be the killers. Smack is blaming Munchie B. Smack is coming right out like ain't no punches to be held, ain't no other way to speak about it, but just to stand on how I feel. And I feel like if Munchie B would never said what he said in that Clubhouse interview, we wouldn't be right here visiting this situation today. And Smack could be right, he could be wrong. It was not said, so we don't know if we will be here at this situation. But for me, I think this was going to come out regardless of the fact. I don't know. It's been a lot of stuff going on. Content been drying up. And I just think that this situation was going to be revisited at some point in time because you got to follow the elements of what's being said if it is true. You can go watch Flacco video. Ain't no need for me to repeat what was said. But the thing is that as far as we know, whoever did it is still at large. What nobody ever arrested, and people starting to say that the police didn't care about this situation. So now we have AK-47 saying one name, we have Flacco saying another name. And the result of all this is people feeling like if Munchie B would never said what he said, this wouldn't be the situation. But like I said, if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. But we about to get into this content. You already know, man. It's the halfway and the half effect. We gonna commentate.
Yeah, he like, nigga, I was really fast. Nah, but whatever. I'm excited for it. But back to the Munchie B and Flacco T. How you feel, somebody about that?
I don't fuck with it because first and foremost, Munchie B is out of pocket, and I'm gonna just let the record reflect. For you saying that the dude that allegedly killed him, you be passing Coke 45s to. Why would you say something like that?
Yeah, that was.
Why would you say something like that?
Wait, what did he say?
He said he told on Clubhouse, he was arguing with some fan on Clubhouse. He was like, the dude that killed him, I be passing the bottle to him every day. Why would you say that?
I think he was drunk.
I don't give a fuck if you're drunk or not. You don't need to be on stream
Don't
or
need to
doing
be
nothing
on
if you're drunk.
On God.
Why would you allude to something like that? Because now that gives the police, that gives them something to come holler at you about. So you be drinking with the dude that killed Draco. We need to holler at you. Come on down to the 77 station. We need to interview you. And then he says that now he got Whack 100 saying, yeah, that's all that they need. Now the police can come go through his phone and do all this. Y'all just building cases, my nigga, and I'm not with that, bro. Like that's my whole thing. They put YG involved in it. YG had nothing to do with that, bro. Shout out my bro YG.
Shit is crazy.
That's my whole thing with it, though. I was seeing the reaction of how Munchie B was acting, and I was like, Pa, if you're gonna be code of conduct, you have to be code of conduct the whole way. Like, right? You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't when somebody else is doing it, you can't be like, well, you can't do it because there's nothing to do with you. But then when you say shit like that, you should know better than him. He just respectfully, Flacco's doing what a journalist is supposed to do. Yes, when they put stories about somebody famous, Flacco's doing what he's supposed to do as a journalist.
No, I don't agree with that. Because where did the motivation come from all of a sudden? This happened years ago. He had plenty of time if he wanted to deep dive into this. Like, to me, this is so sudden that this is like, nigga, nah.
I mean, if Flacco's saying he has insight,
Flacco say he got a police that's giving him the inside, bro. That's crazy.
If he's a journalist, is he doing anything wrong?
No, you're not listening to what I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying. That
technically
that is out of nowhere.
Yes,
it's out of nowhere.
Yeah. Like, if Munchie B didn't say this, I don't think that this would be happening.
I think for a long time people have been, and people like the streets been talking, right? Like the streets.
I ain't been hearing nothing about this Draco the Ruler.
No,
I'm just nothing about this.
I'm saying
since it happened. All of a sudden, I wake up one day and this shit is just all.
No. What I'm saying is, quote unquote, that's what Flacco's saying. Now the streets been talking, right? That's what it.
And I'm in the streets.
I know. Listen.
How can Flacco say the streets been talking? He not in the streets.
Motherfucker, time after time.
Flacco can say the streets be talking because he ain't in the streets because the streets be talking to Flacco. A lot of these dudes be having backdoor conversation with Flacco. A lot of these dudes be having little one-off conversations with Flacco. A lot of these niggas is acting like they mad on YouTube. But let me ask y'all this question. Who have y'all seen just blatantly come out and say, I ain't fucking with Flacco, he's wrong. Don't talk to me again. I don't deal with you and blah, 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 this and blah, 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 that. None of these niggas. Y'all ain't seen none of these niggas say nothing like that shit, bro. None of these niggas. Everybody is saying, oh, he wrong, but who's come out and really stood against it? Nobody.
Months after months, years after year, podcasting has literally been how the fuck, since when are we in a world where people are talking about EPs that are coming? Because motherfuckers talk.
Because people talk too much.
Exactly. Where does that come from? The streets. For example, the shit with the girl that you guys had on back on Facebook that was talking about the shit with Stunner Girl. Yeah, whatever, right? I don't know yet. Like, even the shit with her and Sporty, and I was seeing the shit, right? Like, how the fuck are we talking about the upcoming DP like it's a fucking movie release?
Because
it's like, look, I know what I'm saying, and this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that because like the streets are talking. Well, okay, quote unquote, if it's not the streets, the motherfucker is the PMs, it's phone calls, it's all this. Like, bro, this shit is out of control. No. Let's not act like motherfuckers ain't letting. Bro, Cloud is a motherfucker, and I think that's the biggest problem.
Bingo.
Cloud is the ugliest shit that ever. Cloud, and you know what sucks about it? That us being podcasters, that we were like, AD was the epitome of LA podcasting, where it was so much fun. There was culture, boom, we were fucking going. When we were on No Jumper, it was cracking, it was fun. And it got so bad, and I loved. I mean, I think as you know, on here we maybe dibbled and dabbled on like our opinions on shit, but I think seeing like it go from that to the only way, and God bless, we're blessed to be. He said we just talked about Harry Potter. People are still gonna watch, comment, or whatever, right? Other podcasts cannot move out of the fact that you're talking about DPs, who's this, who shot this. I gotta call your enemy on stream so you could go up, and that could be the clip. Like, that is the most disgusting shit ever. So that's why when I see people like Flacco doing what they do in content, what is he doing different than him? Than you talking about the shootout that happened here, the person I saw here, the DP that's coming here. He's not doing anything different. He's just taking it to another level.
And for all that, he can do whatever he wants.
Exactly. But I promise you,
When Flacco first came to LA, we were there. We met him together.
100%.
Flacco was not on that. He was on the culture. I think maybe the Chicago vibes because he was big on the whole like he was kind of looking up to our academics.
So
yeah, you know what I'm saying? 100%. Like that was Flacco's vibe.
So y'all heard exactly what Smack had to say pertaining to this situation. And like I said, it definitely could be looked at like that. Like, why would you say this? And I'm pretty sure that was the question of a lot of people on Munchie's side, on the flip side, on the Sky side, on the downside. Like, why would you say this? And it was some people who was understanding. You know, you had some people who was like, okay, well, it's a wild goose chase. He didn't say no name or nothing. He just said he passed the bottle to this dude. But it was one of those situations where it was like, ooh, like, man, like, hold on, like, what's going on? No, it was because even I hit Munch like, hey, Munch, man, bro, you know, man, you straight? Like, what's going on? And he was just pretty much like, man, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And with this situation right here, right, so I hear a lot of people coming out talking about what could be and what could happen. So let's just go with the hypothetical, right, that he get pulled in and questioned. And the question is going to be, what were you talking about in, or who are you talking about when you say that you passing a bottle to this individual? And it's just gonna lie with Munchie B. Whatever he say, you know what I'm saying? Whatever comes to his mind, you know, whether truth or false. I don't think that Munchie B can get charged with this situation on no aid and abetting or anything like that, because it's gonna come to the whereabouts. Was he there? No. And then next, if he wasn't there, what was his involvement in this? How can we place him in this situation? Yeah, we can say that him and Draco was going back and forth with the blind, drop this on the blind dude and saying this and that about Red Bull and this person, right? But the fact of the matter is, it's squander when it comes down to the square root of guilt. Can we tie him in through any text messages of any way? I've been hearing people say, oh, by him saying what he said, they can start going through phones and subpoena and stuff. And I don't know if they can do that or not. You know what I'm saying? That may be something that I have to look into. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people are saying a lot of stuff. And I think this is just based on what people think. So, like, you know, Smack ain't wrong for, you know, his observing and, you know, just giving what he feel about the situation. Now, what I want to get into is what the Duno guy's saying, right? So basically, he's versing his time at No Jumper versus the time now. So basically, I guess that his time at No Jumper was the golden era. You feel me? It was the era, you know, where I guess it probably wasn't no gang bang politics talked about. You could talk about the different things like Harry Potter and stuff like that and still get people to watch. And I really think No Jumper can get on any topic too and people still gonna watch. For whatever reason, they choose to divvy off in this lane. I don't know. It is what it is. From my understanding, I thought that this been going on. You know, I see that rappers was getting interviewed, but it always had a street edge and the street element to where they were interviewing gang members and stuff like that, or just having gang members as co-hosts. So just you having members as co-hosts, how you think the street is not going to come up? Let's keep it real. And then the other thing about other people from the streets, they doing content, but they mad at Flacco because Flacco doing this and doing that. You know, they doing the same thing as Flacco. You know, Flacco just taking it to another level. No, this is the thing, and what people act like they don't understand. If you from the lifestyle and you on here and you talking about something of the lifestyle, obviously you talking about an experience or talking about something you've been into, been a part of, and something that you cannot catch a case from because you already fought this case and beat it. So the story is yours. You have liberty to tell your story however you want to tell it, whether it's on this camera or in a book. The difference is you somebody of that lifestyle. Now, you know rights from wrong. You know what to say and not to say. The difference is Flacco is not from that lifestyle, and Flacco's choose to divvy off into that lifestyle. That's the difference. What don't you understand? Flacco is not a journalist. None of these dudes are journalists that I know about, you know what I'm saying? Unless you have a degree in journalism or you went to school for that. But I ain't seen nobody show that degree or show that they have those credentials on here. So we always want to get the lane. Oh, well, y'all not tripping off the news reporters. They reporting on y'all not tripping off this person. These people have credentials.
News reporters that don't have journalism degrees.
For this stuff.
Some of them do, but most of them don't. The average person with a journalism degree works as an independent freelance journalist.
These people are professionals. These people have credentials and are professionals. But I guess just because YouTube is being viewed by the millions and billions of people and you get paid from this too, people are feeling like professionals. But hey, man, it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, people grown out here, man, and you know how to watch yourself, and you better watch what you say and how you move, because if not, it's somebody waiting for you to slip and get you hit. With that being said, I'm going to conclude this there. It's your boy, Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead, like, and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing.
All right, man. Make sure y'all show some love to Young and Hefe. I'm finna take my ass to sleep finally after a full day of traveling yesterday. Y'all know the deal, man.